Hello everyone, I'm Juanica, also known as Miss Astrology, bringing you this video for the upcoming new moon in Libra. So this moon is on Wednesday, October 6th. It's about 7:05 in the morning, and it's a really good moon. This is the first new moon since we've been into the fall equinox, or really the second half of the astrological year. Libra is the seventh sign of the zodiac, so we've moved through the first six, and Libra really represents going from the real foundations of self and really, learning about survival and taking care of yourself and your own gifts, your own abilities, how you, maybe offer service to other people, Virgo. Now that you've gotten into that service to other people, now it's time to move on to the sign of Libra and actually begin partnerships and relationships, contracts, commitments, balancing those kind of things. So that's what this new moon is about as we go into the second half of the astrological year. And I feel like I say this every moon, although the Pisces moon tends to be like my favorite one to work with, but I really like the Libra moon. I feel like I say it all the time, but no, this one's a favorite. And I think it's because it really gives us the opportunity, specifically this moon with what's going on with all of the planets that are in Libra, it is really giving us the opportunity to balance the scales, to make things fair and right in some of our partnerships and relationships. And one thing that I do want to point out, I think it's funny that we all are like, forget my ex and, I'm done with that. Like, you hear so many people say that. And we even hear so many people say, oh, they're calling, they're coming back. But I think what we sometimes forget is some of those relationships should be reconsidered. Some things weren't finished. Some things can be reconciled. Libra is the sign of reconciliation, and because things can be reconciled, partnerships can be restored. And so the planets give us an opportunity to do that. And the other part of it with Mercury Retrograde and us always acting like our ex is coming back, some of us are the ex that goes back, right? Or that reaches back out. Like, let's be honest. And with this Mercury retrograde being in the sign of Libra, it absolutely makes sense that some of us need to reach out. We need to reconcile our relationships, our partnerships. This is very much about relationships and about us being heard or hearing someone's perspective, someone else's side of the story, what someone else has to say. A lot of times we like to be shut off and think that, our way is the right way. And Libra is designed to teach us to hear that other person's perspective and to kind of understand both aspects. This is what Libra does when you think about the scales. First, it's the only sign that is not represented by an animate or an animal object. That's not any kind of animal or person at all. It's inanimate. It's the scales. And the thing about the scales is, not to say they hold no value, but their value comes from others. The scales have to weigh what is this worth against what is this worth in order to really find kind of its own value. And I think also the message in that is that the first six signs really teach us to be about ourselves and even, learn some of our own needs with the moon and our own creativities with the sun and our own service to other people, and even more about our bodies if we talk about Virgo, how we communicate with Gemini. So this is the first six signs. But if we're really honest, in order to make it through this cycle successfully, we need other people. We need partnerships. We need relationships. We can only make it so far as a tribe of one. And that's what Libra shows us and teaches us. So I'm really excited about this moon. I think that because, check this out. The sun and the moon are going to be at 13 degrees of Libra. But so is Mars, going to also be at 13 degrees of Libra. So that means the sun, the moon, and Mars are all conjunct in the sky. They're all in line together on their paths through the ecliptic. And Mars and the sun are not in a favorable zodiac sign for their energy. Their energy, Aries and Leo, and we can go ahead and throw Scorpio in there as well, tends to be one that is more about self and about, Leo and Aries. Those are the part of the first 6 signs. So this is about, that self-survival, that self-creativity, are the warrior within. Like, what do I need to overcome? Where's my fight? Like, the sun and Mars are always up for a fight. They're feisty, but this is not the place to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you can act up more at this family member's house than at this family member's house. Well, Libra is that aunt that has a beautiful, lovely home, and you're not coming in here with all of that, all the uproar and all of that the sun and Mars tend to bring. And so with the moon involved, this is really about us not being so much about our own ego, our own pride, our own self. This is more about us really taking time to examine, is there an opportunity here to reconcile a relationship because Mercury is still involved? Is there an opportunity to reconsider a partnership? Is there an opportunity to plant new seeds into an old relationship? Libra is the scales. And so it absolutely wants to look at, can we do something new with the old? What can we take from the old to, with the new? So Libra wants both sides of it. And then on top of that, we have Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. These are, again, very social. That's a very social sign, Aquarius. It is all about tribe, community, collective, moving forward, being innovative with your tribe. And so Libra is saying, you know what? This is a really good time to think about. I have some friends that would really benefit from this new project. And yeah, we haven't talked in a while, but I think that if we have a good conversation and really listen to both sides, and that we could probably work this out. And guess what, you guys? This goes for relationships as well. I know that a lot of us don't want to think about romantic relationships as well. I know a lot of us don't want to think about going back to our ex, but sometimes it works. Like, let's be honest, specifically if we have grown and if we are open to listening and receiving. And for a lot of us, and I would even say probably, Libra placements and some mutable placements, that we're ready to speak up even and really be honest and really express ourselves. Because Libra is a sign that will keep its feelings and emotions to itself just to keep everything copacetic. And we have to speak up. Because also Libra is a sign that can really, like, when it goes off, go off. And it's like, why didn't you say something? Like, I didn't know. Like, everyone around is like, whoa, I didn't know there was a problem. You said it was fine. You said you didn't mind coming here. You said you didn't mind doing that. I thought you liked it. And all this time you've never spoke up. So this is an opportunity for us to listen. This is an opportunity for us to be heard. Mars and the sun are in a weak energy. We're getting a trine from Saturn and Jupiter, a better trine from Jupiter, honestly, because the sun and the moon make their exact aspect in the morning, and then from the sun, the moon, and Mars, and then from there, the moon also goes on to make an aspect to Mercury, and then it will go on to make an aspect to Jupiter that's in Aquarius, and this is a positive aspect. Jupiter is a blessing. And so I do believe that what this is offering us, remember, it's an offering. We don't have to take this. This is the sun, the moon, Mercury, and Mars. These are personal planets. They move very fast. If we don't want to reconcile, if we rather stay mad, if we rather stay full of our ego, or if we're just so adamant that we're right, or that we're just so adamant that what we have to say doesn't matter and we don't need to speak up, then this offering to reconcile and to move forward with our tribe and our friendships can pass us by. These planets don't force anything. Now, some of the planets do force things. Pluto is going to force change. And here's the thing. On the same day that the new moons, Pluto goes direct in the sign of Capricorn. So Pluto has really been having us examine where some real changes need to happen and some things really need to end. And so we're going to see that on a larger scale because that planet affects generations. It affects on a bigger scale. The best thing that we can do right now is on a personal scale, reconcile with those quality friendships, partnerships, relationships. You know, you guys, I even think this is an opportunity to listen to, and not now, I don't want to say about this like reconciling, but maybe reconsidering legal actions, because Libra does also rule the legal system, and the Justice card in the tarot. I did actually pull this out to show you guys the Justice card in the tarot. So, you know, Libra also represents that with the scales and the sword, and really just these columns of fairness. And really on the other side of this veil is just truth, and justice is here to discern with this double-edged sword. It's on this side. And so this is a really good time to reconsider your enemies. This is a good time to reconsider legal action, legal recourse. If that's something that, is this really even necessary? Is this something we can work out? Do we have to be enemies like this? Like this is a time to reconsider that. And I know that people are like, what? It's Mercury. Yeah. Mercury retrograde is a time for us to reconsider what we've been thinking about, how we've been processing information. And with it being in the sign of Libra, this is a good time to reconsider another perspective and another point of view. And this is also a time to give another perspective and another point of view. And if we do that, if we accept this offering and we listen or we speak up, it could be either or, right, with Libra and the scales, because listening is just as important as being heard and speaking, right? Like we want to be heard. The other person that's speaking to you, they also want to be heard. So it's all about that being heard and listening, and the scales in that. And so this is a really good time to reconsider, reconcile. Also, Libra is self-care, self-harmony. I do like to talk about that. And I did say that, you know, with us speaking up, because a lot of times Libra can really be a yes man. And it can really be a sign that doesn't want to cause any issues. And so with that, this is a really good time to speak up. Because if you are upset about something, Libra, on the inside, and you're not speaking up about it, and you're just going with the flow because you don't want to upset others, in that you are upsetting yourself, and that's not real harmony. That's not real balance. Also, this is a really good time to look into, I would say, some other things that are Venus and Libra are represented by: art, beauty, grace. Really a good time to demonstrate grace, have some compassion, and really kind of put the ego and the pride to the side, and just really listen and allow yourself to be heard, and reconcile if possible. I don't tell anybody to go against their intuition ever. However, I am saying right now that the planets are really open to reconciliation and to reconsidering legal recourse, legal actions, public enemies, contracts, a good time to renegotiate contracts, all of those kind of things. This is a really good energy to plant those seeds, to write these things down. Some ritual ideas would be journaling. Also, lighting a candle. I don't think you need to burn anything with the new moon. We do want to set intentions. So journaling, writing things down, writing affirmations, gatherings with other people, speaking these affirmations. Really good time for vision boarding, quite honestly. And some affirmations that I wrote that I thought would be really good. And I'm going to put these on my Patreon page, a worksheet. My computer is down right now, so we're probably not going to have the new moon gathering. But I have another computer that I can use to do the worksheet. We just can't gather on it. But some affirmations. My relationships are fair, balanced, and full of harmony. I am open to learning from my partner's perspective. Not just romantic partners, all partners. My perspectives are fair and well received. And so I think these are some affirmations that will help us with rituals. Remember, with new moons, the day of the new moon is not the best day to work with the energy. So Thursday evening is going to be really good, going into Friday, to really work with this energy. By that time, the moon will actually be in Scorpio. So this would be a really good time to go deep and really see and feel other people's perspective and be heard as well. So I hope this video helps you guys. Happy new moon. And I hope to see you at my upcoming full moon gathering here in Houston for the harvest full moon. It's going to be really awesome. Click the link in my bio or somewhere around here to check out more details. It's really, really good energy, and it's a time for us to release those things that are holding us back and have us stuck in fear and bondage. So until next time, peace.